I am Optimus Prime, and you are watching the former New Yorker.
It's merely a matter of time.
Freedom, Megatron. I am Optimus Prime. Do you know where your children are? Do you know what they are watching? Well, I don't either.
All content on this channel is intended for adult audiences and all by me unless otherwise stated. Viewer discretion is advised.
To your crankshaft, I'm shifting into overdrive.
Yeah! What up, YouTube? Welcome to TFXNY. I am Noel, the self-proclaimed Transformer New Yorker, copyright pending, all that good stuff you already know. SS86 Soundwave, long time coming. Waited a long time to get my hands on a Soundwave that is in scale with everything else, and you know, has the same styling as everything else. As you can see, we have all this going on in the background right now. Don't really do reviews. I'm trying to do this more often. This is hobbies and aspirations, like, you know what I'm saying, goals and dreams of my childhood. And now that we are here as a grown adult that has probably too much money and mental illness. Now let me stop. On a serious note, yes, this is my passion and my joy. So yeah, let's get into the figure. As always, as we're gonna be like moving forward, we're gonna start with accessories. So we're gonna start off with Studio Series Rumble Frenzy, Rumble Blue, Frenzy Red, Frenzy Blue, Rumble Red, whatever floats your boat. I'm not gonna repeat these accessories because obviously with Soundwave he has a lot of repaints. So either one that you get of course from the iconic, you know, from the cartoon, the pile drivers. So obviously for Rumble on the Studio Series, on the Studio Series box, it is correct to the animation, so is Rumble. You get what is this, kind of like a periwinkle with the off purple. If you get obviously Frenzy, it's red and black. Also with two of them you get the little blasters, which these are very small. Choking hazard, you already know. Like I said, adult content, be iconic to the cartoon. These, you see this hole right here, peg her in. Hey yo, peg it in. You know, you get the iconic look from the cartoon. A bummer for me, I don't know if this is for other people as well. I wanted it to peg it to the hands, but instead, you know, you get the Hasbro cop out and you get a peg into the arm. So they both could do that. Stand please, thank you. Rumble pile drivers. Let's see, if you have the fist out, you fold the fist in, twist, pegs in. I tend to, on the shelf, put them like this because I don't want all the exposed joints and all that to be sticking out. But it does peg in both ways. Which, again, like I said, that looks weird to me. So but yeah, so this guy can, you know, what does he say about cracking nuts? Yeah, he could do that all day, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, you know, I'm not gonna get the power drivers, but he will be able to do the same thing, vice versa, with the guns on both of them. Those two you had to buy separately because, you know, we love Hasbro. In terms of what, you know what, let's go to Redubbed. This is another annoying Hasbro move. As we all know, or if you don't know, you have to get this with a retool Perceptor, 86 Perceptor, and it came with ram horn as well. Technically speaking, this would be accessories for kind of for Perceptor. There's this little peg thing in the middle, this little peg system, which you would see that Laserbeak and Buzzsaw kind of have like a scaled down version of this system, and I don't know, a Perceptor would hold that, you know, 5mm pro compatible. For this, there's a little let's fold. You gotta fold that down. I'm gonna show you have that peg open. This right here would peg in, or am I mistaken? And it does have to peg in, but you have to, you know, you have to aim right. You know what I'm saying? Something that you learn with age. There you go. That's his accessories. This is a little jetpack from the cartoon. Next, let's do Ravage, because I find Ravage hilarious. Accessories, right? So, kind of just take his whole ass out. Like, it's kind of like he kind of got like first of all, he looks like a little Tasmanian devil or something, and then he got like a BBL, and then, you know, kind of just, you know. Oh man, yeah, I understand restricted budget and everything, you know, with Hasbro, but and obviously not restricted budget necessarily, but the size of it. But man, and the fact that it does, you know, peg in there, like you are really just ramming it in there, and boom, now he got ass cheeks.
Bumblebee, I just got some cheeks. I brought all the ass home with me. There. Gaze upon it. Remember to use the WD-40.
Also, these are individual pieces. They did not have to do this. I don't understand. When you get 86 Soundwave in the box, be very careful. There is a baggie. The baggie has a lot of these pieces. Yeah, you could lose these, and that would suck. That would really suck. But like I said, though, you want some ass? So moving along, we have what will be Laserbeak / Buzzsaw, and the accessory is their cannon / little jetpack, little thrusters, and again, to repeat what I was talking about, of little pieces that come in this bag. This all comes like that. So, you know, you get a baggie, you just dump it out, and there's a whole bunch of little pieces. Don't know why they would do that. This is, again, I believe this is and look what the fuck I just did. BRB. Alright, we're back, I got it. Almost pulled my groin. I'm going getting it, but it's alright. It's alright. Talking about little things and the likelihood of you losing it. Oh man, yeah. Anyhow, yeah, jetpack. It pegs in. You see these two little. Okay, these two little holes right there. Pegs into those two little holes right there, and if I can show that on camera. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Voila. Yeah, pegs in. Does it hold too well? Like, those are really obviously small pegs, small shallow pegs. They're not gonna hold great. Now, let's get to the big boy over here. Soundwave. Buzzsaw is in his chest. In terms of Soundwave specific accessories, you get his shoulder cannon, which they painted the inside. Sorry about that. They painted the inside red. Kind of, I don't know. It looks a little short. Like I kind of remember this red band being a little more up. Could be mistaken. And then he also gets obviously his iconic blaster focus. So yeah, that pretty much does it for accessories. Articulation / paint apps for all of them. With the Rumble and Frenzy, as you can see, nice paint applications all the way through. Got the red, the yellow, bits of silver. Let me see. From what it looks like, these power drivers are molded purple. So that blue is actually painted on. And that blue is really nice. I think it's the same for his arms here. The blue is painted on. And no, this blue here is molded. Sorry, let me get that in camera. This blue here is molded. But yeah, so this is here is paint looking sharp, paint looking sharp, paint here looking sharp, Tampo sticker looking very nice, paint on the crotch looking very nice, turn them around, paint looking very nice, very sharp. I think that's one of the highlights of the Studio Series line in general, is the fact that the paint is always looking pretty good. Let's grab Frenzy real quick. Same thing. Has the gold, the red. This is molded black plastic painted red. Oof, very bold on Hasbro's part to do that. And you know what? They're doing it well. They're doing it very well, very well. That's molded red here. Okay, focus on Frenzy. I don't know why you focused on Soundwave. Sorry about that again. Painted red on molded black plastic. Impressive, impressive, impressive. Same thing over here. Very nice paint. Very nice paint on the back. I totally forgot about, well, now that we're here with Frenzy. And articulation, there's ball peg shoulders on a, ball peg shoulders going down on this little hinge joint kind of for articulation, but because of it, you get all the way up. You also get the full 360. There is no bicep, nothing at the wrist besides, I don't know, you could break his wrist, you know. Could break his wrist. Legs are on, looks like T-joints, pin T-joints. You get up all the way, get back, out that far, really articulated. The knee, get bend well past 90 degrees. Swivel, toe could bend in, so you could do some type of little dynamic little shooting pose or something. On the head is also on the ball peg. The head does look like it has an additional joint that's pinned there. I don't force it. I'm not doing that. So laser beak, you don't really get much. Same thing for buzzsaw. So you get, looks back that far. Let's just get this out of the way because it's gonna fall out anyways. Get back that far. The head very stiff, but it does look up. That's for more for transformation, but it's okay. The wings don't do anything. I don't know. You could push them forward. You could bend these down, and the legs don't do much also. So I mean, I don't know what you want to do. You can do a little sad bird. The legs, yeah, they're stuck because of the wings. Next, let's do wrap bat. Yeah, ain't much. Spreads out. Nice gray paint. Paint on the face. I think the gold here is painted. That red is glaringly annoying. Not gonna lie, very annoying because it's not cohesive at all. That's definitely from the Perceptor sprue. Oh, again, my fault. Paint. Silver on the wings. Nice Decepticon symbol. Painted red chest. Oh, I love doing that. Same thing here, Butthole. Yellow. And then Ravage. Silver here on the arms. The red with the purple Decepticon symbol. Red, very, very small red. Focus. Not on my hand. Not on my hand. Not on my hand. Not on Soundwave. Yeah, it's not gonna focus. But right up there. Everything else is molded black and gray. They kind of phoned it. They phoned it in on Ravage, and like I said, they. Let me stop. Silver. I believe this is molded in black. These are painted silver. The missiles, and that's honestly about it for Ravage. In terms of articulation, I mean, you can display them out. These go back. Sorry about that. These go back. Those go forward. You know, for some reason his shoulders don't go forward. You do get this joint here. You get this joint here. Sorry, show that again. Oh, it's gonna pop off. It's fine. You get this joint here. And you get this joint here. So I don't know, man. You got the attachable ass, and you can make them twerk. That sounds like a good time to me. You heard? Oh, and his back paws go up and down, but I have no idea, man. This is pretty useless. You know what's funny? Up until this point, I wasn't bothered by this. Now I'm like actually messing with it on camera. Wow, kind of. Dr. Wu need to come and bless it up real quick. Yeah, this is very nice, man. Direct cartoon inspiration. So you're gonna forego a lot of the extra paint and molded details, but honestly, I'm very happy with this. I missed out on every single Soundwave that has released so far. I wasn't in the game of collecting and all of that, so when a lot of it came out originally, the Siege line and all of that, so I've been playing catch up with a lot of it. And yeah, it was a bitch to get one. Okay, sorry about the cut. Had to attend to something real quick in the premises, but we are back. So, not to really focus in on Soundwave and Soundwave's articulation. As you can see, I already did something here, which I think is very cool. I don't know if it was intended by Hasbro or not, but a dual butterfly joint. Like I said, I don't know if it was intended because it does break the sculpt up, and it's kind of hard to get because that kind of tabs in very hard. But if you pull on it a bit, it untabs, and then that in the front also untabs. And this does allow, with proper posing, and also to flex on the community real quick, because I know something we all, well, let me not say we all, but something in the community that we all, again, I say we all again, but the community does struggle with is posing figures. There is those collectors that just kind of just put them up and have them standing straight, and with that joint, yeah, you can really get some articulation. So not articulation, but a good pose with the articulation. So there is a dual hinge ball peg for the head. I don't know if it's just mine. I don't know, like, if this is something everyone is dealing with on their copy, but mine is really tight. Really tight. I don't know if it's like the paint or something, but yeah. You have those those butterflies. You have a pinned shoulder, gets you past 90 degrees. You get the 360. You have a bicep swivel. Initially I thought this was 90 degrees, and I was really bummed out because I was like, how the hell, you know, like Blaster is able to touch his button on his stomach, and you can't get Soundwave to do this. And I also knew on promotional images he's doing that, so I'm like, damn, like, have we been lied to? And no, it's just really tight. Like, this is tighter than, let me not even say, but yeah, I can't even get a good grip on it. Yeah. So dual jointed, very nice. You can actually get him to like let me see. You have to use the swivel as well. You can actually get him to like press himself. Giggity. And yeah. So that all works very nice. Now let's continue. And that works. Right? This is tight, but it works. Pinned fingers all on one knuckle, which still nice by retail Hasbro terms, is very nice. Swivel on the wrist. You get a waist swivel. Obviously, you can press this button that flips open and closes. Very satisfying. You have the waist swivel. Hip skirt goes, that pops up. This on the back here, you can pop that up. Leg goes out 90 degrees, goes back about 90 degrees. We'll give it to him. Come out on universals for you get the full split. The Van Damme and the Monty. 90 degree knee. Again, swivel. Ankle tilt. Well, rocker. With a tilt up, not a tilt back. But again, still. Get a nice pose on him. Very nice pose. So real quick, we're gonna jump into comparisons real quick. So let's get oriented properly. I have, as you can see, all this here in the back. We're gonna just zoom in a tad. So to go through the cassettes real quick, there is Frenzy next to a whole bunch of the 86 lineup, with the Autobot lineup, Optimus, Jazz, Blue Jack, etc. Rabat. Let's put Laser Beak's guns on real quick. Laser Beak. And there I go dropping pieces, and there you go hearing my horrible chair. I'm so sorry. Let's go plug in Ravage's BBL real quick. Ravage the Savage, you heard? Ravage the fucking Savage. Anyhow, let's just plug him right there. And then I'm not gonna put him on there because he's not gonna fit. There is Soundwave. That's 86 Megatron. And let's throw in, this is one of MFT, Mech Fans Toys, Camera Crew, which is a slightly oversized perfect effect, but animation style reflector. My choice of reflector on myself. Let's get Screamer. There is Studio Series Coronation Starscream without the pieces. So that's like the crew right there, right? And screw it, let's do it. Let's do a combine. We're gonna do a little combiner wars real quick because I'm bored of myself. But so of course, first of all, we got Studio Series Devastator, which he's not even in the frame. We're just gonna lift them out there real quick. And yeah, but we're on like season 1/2, and as a piece falls off of him because of course, you know what, I already regret doing this. I regret touching this guy. I regret doing anything with him right now. So you know what, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do any more than this. I'm gonna just put him down nice and flat, as far as I can get, because I don't want nothing. I'm not gonna hassle that. That is MHZ or something like that. It's an oversized Magic Square Menosaur, which is what I use for my shelf as well. So yes. So yeah, a nice size and scale with obviously the current line and everything that Hasbro is doing, and the upscale that they did with 86 Megatron and Optimus. Alright, well, I'm not really gonna go over transformations like that. We're gonna be very quick. Feel free to, I don't know, I guess go down in the comments or something. Let me know if you want to see like actual full-blown tutorials or things like that. But yeah, I don't got the time to really sit there and, you know, be like, do this, do this, do this. Like, you know, we're gonna do it really quick. And at this point, that's what this is. BBO! So man, like. Whatever. So here we have 86 Soundwave and all his cassettes and a whole bunch of pieces. Not all the pieces you will have. I don't have. Talking about dropping pieces, I dropped this power driver, but at this point I'm not gonna go reach for that right now. But yeah, a whole bunch of pieces you will have left over. Let's put that in there. And a whole bunch of cassettes. 6 to be exact. 6 cassettes in the cartoon, which, as we know, there is a little 2 that are missing, but this would be another video for another time. Yeah, the cassettes are, some of them are better than others. I think Rumble and Frenzy are probably up there. I do enjoy, I enjoy Laserbeak and Buzzsaw. They are probably the most limited though. So I think Rumble and Frenzy are probably the best cassettes you will probably get. Followed by Laserbeak, Buzzsaw, with a close Rat Bat, only because I feel like Rat Bat is missing some paint. It looks very bare. Like there's a whole bunch of paint tampos. I think that should be here. Tape tampos, let me say. And then Ravage is definitely the weakest. Like he doesn't even look like a. He looks more like a. He looks like that. You know that flash drive Ravage that they made a few years back. Yeah, that's what this looks like. Anyhow, Soundwave looking very, 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 very nice. Very clean. The back is a little unsightly, like all of this here. It's a little, you know, no, but it's good. Like I can't, like, is I'm nitpicking, to be honest with you. Like, Hasbro did a very good job. Hasbro Takara did a very good job. Hashtag. None of these buttons work, but they are painted. A lot of the paint from the robot carries over in here. You know, like this here is painted. The buttons are painted. A lot of this is just, you know, molded blue plastic. You press that button, and we're gonna go through all of them. Obviously, I have Buzzsaw in there already. Check them out. Fits pretty good. Let's do Rumble. Fits in there pretty good. Comes out pretty good. Let's do Rat. Fits in there pretty good. Comes out pretty good. And then Ravage to do all the molds, which I believe Ravage is gonna be the most problematic. And he still fits in there and clears. So good job, Hasbro. Good job. It's probably the best tolerance. It's better than the MP. Okay, that has been my look on the Hashtag Studio Series 86 Soundwave with his cassette crew. Yeah, as a total package, this gets a solid A-. In terms of the only thing for me that's bringing this down would be some weird articulation that I feel like is missing. So, for example, on the birds, the wings should be able to flap up. There's this whole thing, like even on the box, it shows it can flap up. You'll break your figure if you try to do that. You have to kind of like finesse it around and get the dual hinge joint, get the first hinge to go, and then do the second hinge, because if you try to just bend it, it'll break. Ratbat is a little lackluster. He's missing a lot of paint, and obviously being stuck behind a paywall to get that you have to get another Perceptor if you already got Perceptor, and Ramhorn is also locked away in that pack. Like it's like Hasbro's doing DLC packs. And besides that, I feel like, well, Ravage is kind of limited, but I say that and I'm getting a pretty cool pose here. And then Rumble and Frenzy, I kind of wish that they just had either they were able to hold their guns in their hand, or elbows, at least something. It feels like there is enough space here that they could have done a little elbow joint, but maybe that would have just pushed over the parts count. That being said, that is all very much nitpicking. Biasly, as a Soundwave fan, as a 86 movie fan, as a 84 fan in general, this is an A+. Like, this is perfect, like borderline perfect for me. No regrets. Very happy to have it in my collection. Worth the wait, put it like that. Worth the build up, because all of this started with just this guy right here, and very patiently I ran into Frenzy, and then ran into obviously the multi-pack, and then for Soundwave I had to bite the bullet and I ordered it online, because I'm not gonna wait for scalpers to get my wallet. Pretty great figure, highly recommend, and until next time.